When I was a teenager in 2010, I had been living in a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere basically, in Saskatchewan, Canada. The house became known as the Amityville house because of the intense negative energy as soon as you walked in. A lot of scary stuff went on in there, and it's hard to pick just one story, but dog sitting our little Yorkie named Yogi by myself was one of the worst weekends of my entire life. I don't remember why I chose to stay behind, but my mom, her boyfriend at the time, and my sister all went on a mini road trip to a near city for the weekend. We said our goodbyes and off they went. I decided to watch a movie as there wasn't any cable, at least have it on for some background noise as it was extremely quiet all alone. I knew the house was haunted as so many unexplained and scary things happened, and that I might get scared, but I didn't realize just how scared I would become. As nightfall came, I was on edge, but I had Yogi by my side, which made me feel a little safer, even though he was just a tiny little dog. When I went out for a cigarette, I let Yogi run around as he loved ripping through our huge yard and the land around it. It was always beautiful at nighttime in the countryside, looking up at the clear sky. Tonight, though, I had some type of uncomfortable feeling where I didn't enjoy being out there as much as I usually did. After about 15 minutes, I called Yogi inside and thought about going to bed soon because this uncomfortable feeling was just getting worse. The movie was still playing when I walked into the house, but for some reason, the TV started going black every couple of seconds. Then some lights in the kitchen were flickering, and I was getting so scared. It's like in a matter of minutes, this horrendous dread filled the house. I decided to yell at seemingly nothing to leave me alone. A huge gust of wind blew in my face out of nowhere, and I felt really scared at this point and started crying. I ran upstairs, left all the lights on, and crawled into the bed. I laid there stiff as a board from fear with my eyes wide open. Yogi followed me, of course, and hopped onto the bed too. He was very protective, and I will always believe that he knew more than I did. I was watching him, and he was watching the doorway of the bedroom, snarling and growling, which made me even more scared as I knew something negative was close by us. I was crying and begging for the night to be over. I could hear the creaky stairs like someone was walking up them, creaking in the hallway, and Yogi growling at the open door. I was not about to fall asleep. I've never been so terrified in my life. That's when the hallway lights started to flicker, and Yogi ran into the hallway, barking like mad, and I was begging this negative entity to leave us alone, to the point of screaming. Yogi kept running back and forth, jumping on the bed and running back into the hallway, just barking and barking. I could hear doors and cupboards slamming shut downstairs and the sound of very loud footsteps, which did not sound human. It was like a poltergeist was taking over my home. I cried and cried so hard, and before I knew it, everything went dark, and somehow I fell asleep, without memory of actually doing so. The next day, after getting up and having Yogi by my side, we went downstairs. Nothing looked out of place, and after calming down for a minute, I started the coffee and let Yogi outside. I was making breakfast, still shaking from what happened the night before. That's when my family came in. I asked them what they were doing home early, as it was only Saturday. They thought I was joking and laughed it off. I looked at my phone, and it was Sunday. I was so confused and thought I was having a nightmare. I didn't understand how this was even possible. Did I sleep an extra day? What happened to me? I couldn't accept what was happening, and nobody believed me. I became depressed for some time after, and at some point I just kind of let it go as something I can never explain and try not to think about. To this day, I have no idea what transpired that night, and I'm not sure I ever want to know. It messes with my head every time I think about it. And thank God we moved from that house, and I certainly never offered to dog sit there again.